Good day, everyone. Welcome to the 178th segment of Be Inspired with Buzopat Life-Changing Reality Tonic. Yes, I remain Honorable Ambassador Buzopat Osiwe, and this platform of ours is very inspirational, motivational, transformational, correctional, and here we embrace the truth that leads to our freedom. That's how we run it here. And before I proceed, I want to say, please to my friends, my fans, my foes, my families, and all my ardent admirers and those across the globe that will come across this video, kindly subscribe, like, share to your friends and contacts, and drop your comments. Don't forget also to click on the notification button so that you will know when next my video drops. Yes. Today, I'll be talking on the topic shifting blames. Yes. Shifting blames. Blame shifting or blaming others is a form of context switching. Believe me, is an emotionally abusive tactic where people do a whole lot of things to intimidate others without knowing it. They manipulate others, they put it in their shoes, they make a lot of things very difficult. They refuse to accept responsibility, but they actually look for a way to dump it. They don't care what it does to you. They don't care how you feel about it. Theirs is just like they can never be wrong. They can never ever accept responsibility of whatever. Okay, and that is very terrible. Very, very terrible. An abusive person in this regard he finds it very difficult to take up responsibility and say, oh, yes, I did this. They do everything to attribute their circumstances to anyone else. Why am I here with this topic today? Because it is becoming alarming. The cases that come to my table, you won't know that somebody is 100% wrong and the person is still arguing it. You see, and especially those who think and they have fed themselves they are fantastic. I've come across a lot of people who actually have said to themselves, I am perfect, So they don't see any other thing. They don't want anything else. They just want every other person to do it their way. When things don't work out for them like that, they find it easy to scan through their mental hard disk and then find reasons for pick one or two persons to dump the blame on. Every misfortune on their way has a reason. Everything that happens to them have a reason. Even the fact that they can't speak English has a reason. That they go to market, he did not sell, somebody else is taking the blame. That the things that they're doing wrong, their behavioral pattern that needs to be modulated, that they are not doing, somebody else is taking the blame. If they wake up late, somebody is taking the blame. They didn't eat when they're supposed to eat, somebody is taking the blame. They didn't take their medication, somebody is taking the blame. They didn't even assist somebody else. You actually need your sanity to correct their insanity. For the fact you did not even stop them when they are doing something bad, the blame is yours. Why didn't you stop them? Why didn't you tell them? Why didn't you? But they are doing it intentionally and on purpose. But yeah, somebody needs to go down for it because you did not allow them. Blaming others becomes so fantastic for them. It's an easy way, whatever you do, however it is. But let me tell you something. Those who blame others do very stupid things. They do very foolish things because it is a no-no. There are reasons why things happen, and you must be able to look at yourself in the eye and say, yes, I messed up here. I didn't get it right here. My intention wasn't actually bad, but I can see that the way I said it, how I said, the way I misconstrued what you said, the way I understood it, no, I didn't do it okay. Yeah, I am. No, most people don't do it. But the fact is that if you want to be unshakable, if you want to be a leader, if you want to be unmovable, if you want to be somebody who will achieve so much and somebody who will allow, who will be a social person and be in the corridors of power, you must understand that, yeah, taking responsibility is one of the things. You not blaming others doesn't mean that you don't know when others are wrong, but your ability to see it immediately and sieve yourself to find where you're wrong becomes the thing that we're talking about today. Take responsibility, because the only person who cannot be helped in this world is that person who blames others. Believe me, that person is like someone who has learning disabilities, because automatically that person doesn't want to add anything new, doesn't want to remove anything, doesn't want to learn, doesn't want to see something. But that we'll continue to learn until the day we leave this earth. But to this person who doesn't want to accept blame, who doesn't want to take responsibility, who doesn't want to see that, yeah, I didn't do it right here, that person is just, like I said, is somebody who has dyslexia or somebody who has learning disability, because that person can't be helped in any form, in any way. When we run through this life, when we run through these segments that we do, we want to bring it live. We want to make it real. We want to communicate like what we see every day in our life. We want to deal with an everyday situations. That's why we call it Be Inspired with Buzopat. Be inspired is that inspiration comes. Inspiration comes as you listen. You see reasons why you have to accept the things that are going on. Because if I don't tell you the truth here, what do I gain? And the truth is that you never blame others, for anything. If you don't blame others, you need to understand that good people give you happiness. So when good people come across your life, they give you happiness. When bad ones comes, they give you experience. So nothing is totally bad. When the worst one comes to your life, they leave you with a lesson. And when the best one comes, they drop you memories that you will continually cherish. You understand? So you will not say that whatever you have been through is wrong. Why you now shifting the blame? You will not understand that these things I just mentioned are reasons why you accept whatever comes your way, because you learn from this, you change from this, you become stronger with this, and then you cling to God with this, and then you shape up your life and become more positive with this and with that. Then you don't run away from them. You don't run away from them. There is no better test of a man's integrity than his behavior when he is wrong. You need to check that out, because there are certain things people should stop allowing and admitting and accepting in their life. Shine your eyes very well. Open them wide. Open them very, very wide, because there are people around us, around you, everywhere. They are pretending to be what they are not. They appear so good and you'll be sold out and not knowing what you're going to open. A lot of packages are not open. You see them from a distance. They are so amiable, they're so palatable that you wish, you dream, you want to be like that, you want to accept. That's why it's not always good for you to sit here and want, because the green grass is always greener from the other side. You have this one, is not enough for you. You want to be like this, you want to be like this, but a lot of people are pretenders, just pretending to be good. But they have a lot of terrible and horrible behaviors when you come close to them. Pretenders do not truly love people. They don't love people. They are manipulators. Just like ungrateful people, they do not appreciate the efforts of others. And such individuals, I will tell you for free, they exhibit very toxic behaviors and must be avoided if you really want to be okay. And if you're already with them and you can't avoid them, you must find a way of trying to create a kind of conducive environment for yourself where you cannot allow them sap you up or drain you. The advice of avoiding people really who mess up with your head, who do things you don't like constantly and continuously, you understand? That advice is not really bad, because there's a lot of people who purposely upset you. They purposely upset you. They make sure when you are in a very bad mood, it makes them happy. They wallow in self-pity when they have been the one. Now, these are people who you will say to them, this thing you have done to me now, I didn't like it. Now, tell me, what else is so difficult? Like when you tell somebody, I don't like what you have done. Now, that person doesn't need to be you, doesn't need to experience you, doesn't need to be you. All the person needs, because you are not wired the same with the person. It doesn't matter how justified what that person thinks the situation is. But for the fact you said you don't like it, that means that thing pained you, that thing hurt you. And what will a nice person do just to pacify you? Okay, fine, I didn't mean it that way. I'm sorry. No, they're not going to, because they will wonder, why will you even open your mouth and say that? Why will you tell them that? Why will you say that you don't like something? There are so many people like that, and they are everywhere. They don't want you to argue with them. They want you to only applaud them. They want you to worship them. They want you to accept to all their decisions, agree to everything they say. They want you to refrain from even arguing. They want you to make them priority, whereas they make your things and what is going on in your life an option. People who don't remember your sacrifices, and the steady support you give them, but they drum whatever it is that they have done for you, even when it is the least of what they have done for others that you're very much aware of. That is not okay. So when we talk about avoiding things that actually upset us, things that keep us in perpetual, unhappiness, you need to do something. Do good by yourself this time around. Upgrade yourself and know the things that you can accept in your head, and be able to open your mouth and say, I mean this. I said I don't like this. You need to stop it. Those people who don't accept their fault, they cannot do anything except you put your feet down and say, this one you have done, I don't like it. And for us to actually have a wonderful relationship, you must accept that I don't like the things I say I don't like, and stop making me eat my pain. You commonize my pain. You make it look as if it doesn't matter. Whatever it is that person does around you, it doesn't matter. You just, okay, a thank you is enough. Once you say thank you to no matter the sacrifice, it's gone. Tomorrow, if it's mentioned to you, become an offense. No. That shouldn't happen. And if a lot of us are experiencing this in so many ways, so many people, echoes, are talking about it, doesn't mean we're experiencing it, but we're talking about it because people bring in a lot of things for us to handle, and we look at it and are like, yes, it's time to tell the world, it's time to tell whoever cares to listen that this is happening, and you need to avoid people like that. Avoid them for your own good, or devise a means to accommodate them in a way that won't sap you up, that won't drain you, that won't make you become another person, that won't change your destiny for you. You cannot stop shifting blame, or else you take a mental decision too. And before you want to do that, you need to first of all be ready to acknowledge that, yes, I am exhibiting this behavior and it's not good. That is the number one step if you really want to stop this kind of a thing. And if you accept the fact, if you acknowledge it, then the next one is accepting that you are doing it. Accepting that you're doing it. Acknowledging it, accepting that you're doing it, that's the way forward. Then decide to stop it. Decide to stop it. It may not be easy for you, but that decision is something. That decision is the way forward. That decision is the ultimate. Because by deciding to, then you understanding that change is an essential, part of getting better process. You know that change will come. There are certain things you have to be intentional about, because you need to change a lot of things. And then making up your mind to apologize immediately, you notice a pattern. The pattern is manifesting again. You see, some things that are inside of you cannot go on a day just because you want it to go. You must do something. You must work on it. There must be an effort. Remember that all growth depends upon activity. There's no growth that you cannot act on and you just start growing. There's no difficulties, there's no difficulties you can meet today that you can decide to avoid, that you cannot avoid, and there is no development, physical or intellectually, that cannot come without an effort. There must be an effort before those things can be done. You make a decision to do those efforts and apply them. That's exactly why I am here, to tell you, because You cannot just do it. Nobody can clap with one hand. You do it like this for you to become synergy. You hear from mine, you come across this one, you get to the one book, you do this one, you do this one, and then you become so okay. You know, remember that you need to be strong to achieve a lot of things. You need to be positive to accept a lot of things, you know. And then, like I said, when you live a life of purpose, when you live a life and you want to be very strong and you want to accept the things you need to do, then you need to devise a means to achieve it. And that is accepting it. And understanding that this is a no-no. If you're living this kind of life, that means you need to understand that people around you don't breathe. They don't breathe. And you need to let them breathe, honestly. You know, drop the blame game. It doesn't matter. Accept responsibility and accept the fact, because your opinion is not just your opinion. Oh, your opinion is one. Other people will breathe around you. They will, you know. A lot of people do a lot of things that, honestly, there's this case I just handled and it gave me goosebumps. I still did not understand it. I still sit back and I will be like, what is it? Why are people wired this way? Why are people created like this? Why are people this difficult? Why are people this damaged? Because you are the one hurting people, and yet you are the one acting like a victim. No, it doesn't work that way. Shifting blames are done by people who don't want to accept responsibility, people who want to be worshipped, people who want to no. This is a wake-up call for you to understand that, yeah, you need to do what you need to do. And what is that you need to do? Wake up, stand up, and then stop shifting blames. When something happens, look for where is your fault and admit it, accept it, and then you will create an environment where everybody will be happy around you. It doesn't just work for you. Stay happy, stay happy, stay happy, stay happy. I don't know how else to say it. Honestly, this last case I handled, it hurt me. It pained me. It wasn't my case, but it really, really hurts me. You know, because a lot of people do a whole lot of things based on, you know, feelings and popular opinion. Everybody says it used to be like this. Everybody say, you know, you keep checking people who have done it and have gotten away with it. Don't forget that you may not do it and get away with it because you're not them. People sit back instead of looking for how to make something better. They keep looking for people to use to justify the bad things that they do. Citing examples here and there and all that. And thinking that, yo, if you come across this video, sit back and ask, do you shift blames when something happens? Do you look out for who to go down for you? Do you think that you're just untouchable? I don't understand that. But for whatever it is, this is the time to drop it. This is the time to tell yourself the truth, to arrange your life and accept responsibility for the things that come and happen. And you see how peaceful your environment will be and people around you and how happy they will be, because these things you don't know is toxic, but it's super, super toxic. Okay, this is my message for us today. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Be Inspired with Buzopat. Follow me on Instagram, Be Inspired with Ambassador.Buzo. Follow me on Facebook, Moment of Truth with Buzo, and then Be Inspired with Buzopat too on Facebook. Follow me at TikTok, Be Inspired with Buzopat, and then DM me as usual. Okay, a lot of people still write me on other of my social media accounts, but then I always mention this one so that we could get it here, because I go to this one steadily to pick up something. Peace be with you. See you next week, Wednesday. Bye. God bless you. Thank you.